Hello everybody, Firefighter Dave Sublett here. They've asked me to cook something that we normally have down here. This is pork loin with cream cheese and jalapenos. So we're gonna get started. You want to almost like do a fillet cut on the pork loin because you've got to have somewhere to put the cream cheese. Don't cut all the way through or you'll be making a sandwich. And then I make a second cut just to have more of the good stuff in there. Okay, once we have it opened it up, we're going to go on and season everything on the inside. This is a seasoning that I make up, and there'll be a list of the ingredients in here. It just makes it a little quicker and a little easier when you're cooking. And we use it on just about everything down here. So once you're at that point, you're going to take at least room temperature because you want this stuff to spread. And you're just going to spread everything out. Now, as far as sides to go with this, we kind of have come up with a little something down here that seems to be a crowd favorite. And we take frozen vegetables. I think what we've got today is a Normandy blend, and put some chicken broth with those. We'll be doing that in just a moment. And we just pop that in the oven too. We started adding potatoes to that. So your second cut, you're gonna lay back over that first, and you're gonna just repeat. On the second one, you don't want to put as much cream cheese because it will swell and it will open up your pork loin as it cooks. Won't affect the taste, but it just won't look as pretty. I've never tried it with pepperoncinis. That might also be good if you don't like the jalapenos. Now, originally, the first time we had this down here was retired firefighter Dale Clark, and he bacon wrapped the whole thing, kind of did a basket weave on it. And bacon right now is a little bit expensive, and it does add to it, but it's not going to take that much away from it by not having it. Before we put that top on, we'll go on and set it in our pan. That way as stuff falls off, it just stays in the pan. Depending on the amount of time that you have to do this, if you started early in the day and can let it go, you can cook it on a little lower heat for a longer period. But this one is probably in the 6.5 pound range. And this is to feed probably about 8 people if you have enough sides. You want to put some liquid in the bottom. We were at the end of our jalapenos, so I'm just going to use the jalapeno juice. And that's probably about a cup of liquid. And that's just to keep everything from drying out or burning. You do want to tin it or cover it. You have a roast pan. And then this is going to go right in an oven. Other oven. And this is going in roughly 375. And that will be about 2.5 hours. So while that is going, we'll get our sides ready. I'm going to make a small pan of vegetables. And this is the frozen vegetables. And this is the Normandy blend. So it has all kinds of stuff in it. We're going to add some minced garlic, a pat of butter, diced potatoes. The potatoes need to be pretty small because the vegetables, by the time the potatoes are soft, the vegetables will be mush if they're very big. Again, we'll add some seasoning, and we're going to add about 1 cup of chicken broth. Now this does not need to be near as warm, so this one's going to go in at about probably 250, and that way it should be done and not mush. You'll have to check it, and you're just going off the use the potatoes as your guide. If you stick them with a fork and they fall off the fork, they're done. You turn the oven off. Good side with this one is the yeast rolls. They're almost like a brown and serve, and I mean, who doesn't like a yeast roll? It's smelling good. It's probably been close to 2.5 hours. We're gonna go on and get it out and see what we've got. All right, it's looking good. We'll find out how tender here. And as it's, don't think we're gonna need knives with this one. Put some of our veggies out here. This one's going to be our meal for this evening. You ought to give this one a try. Enjoy.